Mark Sell here, joined along by the commissioner of the Big East Conference, Mike Aresco. And Mike, ever since you took over the job as the commissioner of this conference, what has that experience been like for you?
It's been a roller coaster, that's for sure. A lot of things happen that we didn't expect, but I've enjoyed a lot of it too, because there's some great people in this conference. There's some wonderful, obviously traditions and heritage. It's been a challenge too, as you know, because we had the Catholic group decide to separate. That was a hard thing to work out, but we were able to do it amicably. We've had a lot of other challenges for the conference, and I've got a core conference now that remains behind it that I've got to plan for, and I'm having I want that to be an innovative process. We want to really build this new conference. I wish the Catholic group well, because they'll do very well as well. And obviously the schools that are leaving for other conferences, we wish them well. We want everybody to be successful. This has been a great conference with a great heritage.
And from the standpoint of you and your title as a commissioner of this conference, what goes through your mind as soon as a school decides to leave one conference, mainly the Big East, for another?
Well, it's hard. It's never easy. You hate to see people leave. You'd like to be in a more stable environment. It's hard on the schools remaining. I mean, nobody wants to see someone, walk out the door, whatever the circumstances. But what we've done, we've tried to do, take the high road. We've tried to do things amicably. We've always wanted to be gracious. There are reasons teams do this. We fully understand. It's not simply that a conference is rating us. It means that other schools wanted to go for whatever reason. We still think we've got a great conference, a lot to offer, but we understand, and we want to make things as amicable as possible. That's the right way to do it.
Joined along by the commissioner of the Big East Conference, Mike Aresco. Now, when teams decide to leave, and we've seen a lot of schools leave, such as Syracuse, Pittsburgh, Louisville, and most recently Notre Dame as well. When schools leave, of course, for you being the commissioner of the conference, you use the word amicably. Do you still have any ill will towards schools now that they're leaving?
No, none at all. None at all. I fully understand the process. It's a shame that, years ago, some schools left and that started a process. It looked like things had stabilized over the next 7 or 8 years. But then, of course, you had the teams depart last year. TV contract a few years ago was turned down. You don't know in the end. Hindsight's perfect. You don't know whether that would have made a difference. But no ill will at all. No, these are great people. I've dealt with them forever. They're good schools. Well, you never know when you're going to run into them again. And you can't let this. You can't ever let this be personal. These are business decisions. They're decisions that have a lot to do with all sorts of things, and revenue, other things. What I want to make sure too, though, is that the kids are taken care of. That the student athletes are in the best places they can be. And obviously, when people leave, they think they're going to a situation that's more favorable for them. I want to make sure that those who stay with us have the best possible situation as well.
So there's been a lot of talk about the name of the new conference for the schools that are going to still be around. The Catholic 7 already retaining the rights to keep the Big East name. There's been a lot of rumors about that the new name of the conference could be the America 12. Have there been any other names thrown around for a new name possibly?
Oh, we probably, I can't, we've got probably hundreds of names that we potentially could consider. We're doing it in a very orderly process. America 12 got floated because somebody saw it somewhere in terms of a domain protection. We haven't made any decisions. We have no favorites in terms of names. I know that name has been out there. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. We've got a lot of names we're gonna choose from. We want the name to reflect the conference we are. We want it to reflect our roots. We want it to reflect what we want to aspire to. We want it to reflect a dynamic brand. We want it to be susceptible to a good logo, to something that people will remember, that we want to make a good impression with it. And I think we'll do that in an orderly fashion. And ultimately, I'm just, at this point, we're just not sure what it's going to be. But we know we've got a strong conference. We have to find the right name.